Hey guys, it's Chris and I'm here to talk about the Re-Read-A-Long-A-Thon that I mentioned briefly in my last video. And the Re-Read-A-Long-A-Thon is hosted by Lucy and Veronica from Bookish Best Friends. And essentially the goal is to reread as many books and the amount of the time of the event as possible. And that is from the 19th to the 25th, but you can start earlier if you're a slower reader. Like I think Veronica started on Lucy started on the 12th. And so some people are starting on the 12th. I was going to start on the 12th, but Wicked came out and I wanted to read things that were new. So I'm starting now, essentially. And I'm going to link to their video because there are some specific books that they're going to be rereading. And that's why it's a Re-Read-A-Long-A-Thon. So you can read along with what they're rereading if you've read it already, but I haven't read any of those yet. So I'm going to be rereading some books that I've wanted to read for quite some time now. And I will show you what some of those books are. The first book that I'm going to be rereading is Will Grayson by John Green and David Leviton. And the reason I want to reread this book so badly is because if you looked at my list of most anticipated books, the Tiny Cooper story is going to be coming out in May. And Tiny Cooper's a character from this book. And I just want to get re-familiarize myself with his character and the other characters in this book before I read that book. So this is like on top of my reread list for this year. The second book that I'm going to be rereading is Twisted by Laurie House Anderson. And honestly, I don't remember why I liked this book as much as I did in high school. I don't really have a lot of memories about this book, which is why that I want to reread it, because I know Laurie House Anderson's writing style is really great. And I just want to remember this book. So I'm going to read it now when I'm not reading it for a competition. So there you go. Number 3 on my list is The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams is one of my favorite playwrights, and this is one of my favorite plays in high school. I went to go see it at, I believe, the Steppenwolf Theater back then, and it was just an amazing production, and so this is definitely just one of my favorite plays, so I definitely want to put this in my reread list for the Re-Read-A-Thon. A poetry book called Seriously Funny, poems about love, death, religion, art, politics, sex, and everything else. And I originally read this book for a comedy poetry class that I took in college, and it just has a lot of amazing poems in this collection here. And I haven't read all of them. I definitely haven't read all of them, but it would be nice to reread some of them and just remember some of these poems that I absolutely loved from this text. Alright, so that's it for this video, and like I said, I'm going to link you guys to Bookish Best Friends Re-Read-A-Long-A-Thon video, so you can check out what they're rereading and kind of the full list of rules, because I don't think I explained it that well. And hope you guys keep reading awesome books, and I'll see you next time.